Oturu Zamo Mitili repeatedly pummeled the Dervish with its large, armored appendages. It could hear the sounds of battle all around it as the accursed flood slowly overwhelmed the banished forces. It could hear the howls of pain and gasps of fear from Jiralhane and Sangheili as they were infected by the parasite. This was madness. Suddenly, it felt a searing sensation on the back of its torso. A plasma round had grazed the exposed legolo between Oturu's armored plating. Roaring in anger, Oturu ripped off a large chunk of metal from the wreckage in front of it and turned to hurl it at the infected Jiralhane that had inflicted the wound. Before it could do so, however, a green-colored projectile smashed through the creature, puncturing the infection form inside and causing the entirety of the abomination to collapse in a pile of blood, bone, and biomass.
Keep knocking down the barrier, Oturu. I will cover you. That was Kuvo,
thought Oturu. The Sangheili Ranger had been the closest thing that it had had to a bond brother ever since Oturu's original colony and its sister colony were painfully combined into one collective. Time and time again, Kuvo and Oturu had saved each other's lives on the battlefield. The companionship that these experiences had forged between the two was unbreakable. Right now, Oturu was grateful that he could rely on Kuvo's exemplary skills with a carbine.
Break through, break through, break through.
It threw the wreckage aside and continued the smashing efforts. The legolo at the ends of each of Oturu's arms were now being killed by the sharp edges of the rubble it was attempting to smash through, but it could not stop. The banished forces were depending on Oturu. Kovu was depending on Oturu. Thick orange blood began to ooze from the tips of its hands, but it ignored the pain and continued on. Then Oturu heard an Ungoi scream. It was a horrific scream, the kind it had never heard before, the kind that a creature makes as they're being shredded alive. It sent a chilling wave of shock throughout Oturu's worms, but again, it could not stop. Pavium, the Jiralhane warlord present, turned to Oturu as he fired several grenades into a massive flood nearby.
Hurry, Goliath! If you do not smash through that Dervish soon, then we will all die here!
Bellowing in frustration, Oturu began to use its head as well as its arms to smash through this damned pile of metal. The banished troops here would not die because of its failure. Oturu swore it.